Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Key West, Florida, with Mile Zero Fights in conjunction with KeyWestTV.com. We're at City Hall in the gymnasium behind City Hall. We got a couple of fights on the fight card tonight. I'm Daniel Lenahan again, and I hope you enjoy our night. So, starting out for the first round tonight, we got two beasts. We got two beasts here. We got Big Mike, a Key West police officer, 6'7", 275, 38 years old. And we got Eddie, the mentor and the brainchild of Mile Zero Fights. He's the instructor. He's 6'4" and 220 and 38 years as well. So we got two old timers here in the ring. But I wouldn't underestimate that Mike is a walking statue, and Eddie is previously ranked 8th in the world in jiu-jitsu. So Eddie is in the bare feet. Eddie Jesus Aguiar, and Mike is in the red shoes. They all both got black and black shirts and shorts. Mike's got the black headgear. So Mike's a very methodical fighter. I've got to see him fight now 5 or 6 times. Obviously Eddie's a teacher, you know. So Eddie's the one giving the knowledge, so he knows what he's doing. But Mike is just a beast. He steps to the left. He goes in a circular motion. Both these guys kind of command the center of the ring. You know, they're both big guys. No one wants to be walked into a corner all night long at this size, you know. So Mike is a powerful hitter, and Eddie is a crafty hitter, from what I gather over the weeks watching these guys fight. So we're at the end of the first round. Again, welcome to Key West, Florida. Mile Zero Fights in conjunction with KeyWestTV.com. Today the high 82 degrees, the low 74 degrees. We got like 10 days in a row like that. Perfect picture weather, clear blue skies, just the softest, coolest breeze you could want. You couldn't pay enough money to be in Key West now. You vacation with the rest, now vacation to the best, Key West, Florida. So with that being said, we're about to start the second round. We got a few boxers here mixing it up in the gym. And again, we're on White Street behind City Hall in the gymnasium. The Police Athletic League sponsorship here, the Police Athletic League. So again, that first round was to kind of loosen up. You're going to see probably a little bit more hitting. And Mike's on his toes. You're going to see Mike fight in less than a month at the Brawl on Duval. He's fighting another current Key West police officer, Mike and Mike. So we're looking forward to that exciting round match of two big guys, two police officers. So that'll be a hoot. But getting back to this fight, so Mike is very compact. He's again, he leads with his left. He leads with his left, not only this, but he leads with his left foot. But Eddie's a poker. He'll get you in the head 5 or 6 times while you're trying to muster up that one shot. Very, very formidable opponents here. I'd hate to see them fight at the Brawl on Duval. There would certainly be something to see. Eddie reaching low. Again, Eddie's got that nice sharp left jab. Kind of twists into it to body. He steps with the left foot, twirls with the jabs with the left hand. That's how you garner your strength, with that left side of the body, stepping back and stepping into it. So 30 seconds left in the round. We've got, good. We got Travis showing up here. I'd like to see Travis fight. Hope Sean comes in tonight. Travis and Sean always make a good fight. So again, Mike, 6'7", 275. He's Aaron Judge size, you know. Giancarlo Stanton size. Shohei Ohtani size, really. He's a big guy, Shohei Ohtani, maybe 6'6". All right, we're at the end of the second round. And like I said, these guys may fight a couple of times tonight. Everybody's in black tonight. Travis in black shirt. Jose's in black shirt. Hayes is in black shirt with black pants. But Mike's taking a little breather. So they're starting the third round. Progressively, as the grounds get more and more, they tend to build up strength and stamina and get to display their skills better. So the later rounds tend to be more aggressive contact and hitting and constructive learning and all of that stuff. So start the third round again. Mike and Eddie. Eddie, Mento Jesus Aguiar. And you can look forward to the Brawl on Duval. You can buy tickets on the brawlonduval.com. April 26th, 7 o'clock at night, we're setting up a ring outside the infamous Sloppy Joe's, the world famous Sloppy Joe's bar and restaurant on Green Street and Duval Street. We're going to have maybe a 10-fight card. Come out and see us, but you can buy tickets on brawlonduval.com. Brawlonduval.com. So these guys are into their third round now, and these guys are too, not only offensive, but defensive. They're hard to hurt. You can see that. They're built, they're stocked, their arms, their legs. You kick them, you got to get a good kickoff to hurt these guys, and a punch, you know. No one's going to lay down easily. It's going to take a nice, solid, off-guard jab or a hook or something to really, just like Eddie dropped that right up there to Mike's head. Again, Mike's in the red shoes with the black headgear. And, again, Eddie's a puncher. Mike's a bruiser. Eddie's more of a speed puncher. He'll get 4 or 5 shots in you while you're winding up, Jab, 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 jab. All right. Anytime you got 2 guys 6'4" and over and 220 and over, you got 2 men in the ring going at it. We have all sorts of ages here. Kids, women, seniors, all of that stuff. But this is a evenly matched 6'7", 6'4" guy. And again, Eddie's a couple inches smaller, a couple inches lighter, but Eddie is nobody to beat. Previously ranked 8th in the world in jiu-jitsu. He could probably just tear you up if he, by will, turn on the switch and just eat you alive. So I see we got Hayes Prine entering the ring now. Hayes may go a few rounds with Eddie again. Again, Eddie's the instructor here. And Hayes is coming out of Key West High School, just turned 19 years old. Hayes is at 6'4", about 170. You can see now you got a different makeup of a boxer. You got a young kid now, 19 years old, coming up and getting groomed to be a fighter. And he's doing real good. Every week I see progression in him, and the strength, the arm strength, the speed, the kicking. And but Eddie, is the master, so the student on this one I don't think is going to ever knock the master out. But again, this is sparring. This isn't real fighting. The Brawl on Duval will be more like real fighting. And then we have a sanctioned fight later in the month. I'm sorry, later in the summer. That will be, do or die. So again, Eddie's now going down. He went from a 6'7", 275 guy to a 6'4", almost 100 pounds lighter and 3 inches shorter. So Hayes is elusive. He's almost like a pogo stick. He's thin as a rail. He bounces around. He lays his head back nicely when a punch is being thrown. So he's always picking his head, kicking it backwards to avoid contact. Smart kid. And Hayes has entered the ring more. He's getting more confidence, standing toe-to-toe with Eddie. He's not being back to the corner at all. Matter of fact, Hayes is ground zero in that center of the ring. Eddie's kind of walking around, but now Eddie's pushing him against the ropes. I like to see the young kid going up against the old man, It's the only way they're going to learn. But at 19 years old, I'd hate to see Hayes 3 or 4 years from now fill out a couple of pounds and just develop skills that he'll have for the rest of his life. Come on down to the gymnasium behind. Eddie's getting aggressive there. Left, right, kick to the head, kick to the gut. Eddie likes taking people and dumping them on their behind. He'll get underneath you and spin you off, get you almost in a cradle and drop you to the ground. So I expect to see Hayes hit the ground shortly. And again, Eddie at will is lethal, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so join us on the Brawl on Duval Street, April 26th, and we're down here at the gym behind City Hall on White Street in Key West, Florida, 1300 White Street. And again, we got a few rounds for you on the scorecard tonight. So we're at the end of the first round and taking a breather. Hats off to Hayes stepping in, and again, every week he's one of the first young kids in the ring, Graduate of Key West High School. If you're young and need focus and maybe directionless, getting, in a year out of school, 2 years out of school, and you're trying to find yourself. And this is the best place. You get in here, you work it out, you just, you're on TV. Where else can you go on a Friday night? You're going to be on live TV in America. And, you watch yourself continually improve over the course of a season or two. All of a sudden, you might have something. You might be the girl or the guy that, next champion fighter coming up the Beltway in Florida. You just never know. So anyway, again, Eddie is going to toss Hayes around maybe a little bit. And I'd hate for Eddie he gets them kicks up really high. Nice left, right, there in the corner. So now Eddie is pushing Hayes around as badly as Hayes is trying to get back to the center of the ring to position himself. Eddie is just, again, he's right in front of me here. He's got him a foot away from the ropes. But everything Eddie Mento Jesus Aguiar says about Hayes is a good student. He comes, he gets here early, he works out, he stays late, he cleans up, sweeps up, helps the guys. Feel free to come down here and volunteer and help out or get on a fight card. But again, brawlonduval.com to buy tickets for the April 26th, 7 o'clock bout. We're setting up a ring on Duval Street in Key West, Florida. And again, these two guys, Eddie's maybe twice Hayes' age, 19 and 38, exactly. So it's like a father and son fighting, but they're both 6'4", and Hayes is a smaller version of Eddie. He's, another 40 pounds. You look in the same height, you look in Eddie, So the natural evolution, you add a few pounds as you go through life, So we're at the end of the second round here. Eddie looks a little bit winded. And Hayes is he's like a gazelle with his eyes open. He's just excited to be in the ring. He's excited to be here. He's excited to explore self-development and, taking his boxing acumen to another level, So it's always exciting to see Hayes. He's just got the best attitude that be in that ring. No fear, And he never seems to get hurt. He never seems to really take a shot that, I told you that Eddie slamming him to the canvas was coming. He hit him like a sack of wet potatoes, and he hit the canvas like a clumpy, lumpy pile of mashed potatoes. And boy, Eddie does throw you down hard. His butt's got hurt from that. That was a, pure slam. It's a favorite. I've seen Eddie do that 5 or 6 times. No one's ever done it to Eddie, though. There you go. He's going, oh. I'm too old to absorb that visual pain. It hurts me just to see it. Another loud, obnoxious body slam by Eddie of Hayes. But that's how you're young, Someday Hayes will be doing a body slam, and I promise you, someday Hayes will be body slamming Eddie. You never know as Eddie gets older and Hayes gets more skillful, But today, I don't see that happening. And again, Eddie's good with the feet. He has you off balance. He throws the feet as much as he throws the punches, so he's a 50-50 guy. Hayes, maybe, with his leg work, he might be kicking at Eddie 10% of the shots he throws. Eddie might be 40-50% split, between punches and kicks. And again, Hayes in the pocket after this is his 4th round now with Eddie, 3rd, 4th round, and he's still got himself grounded in the middle of the ring, which is good to see. So he's not exhausted, he's not overwhelmed by Eddie. He's just in there fighting some aggressive rounds. So end of the round. All right. And now I got to see some new fighters coming in here every night. We get in here, guys pulling the parking lot as we're doing this. So you never know who's going to show up. But it's a pretty consistent gang of guys. I see Samuel coming in now, the 2010, 2011 Ukrainian national champion in his weight class. That's a lot to be said for. They got an excellent balance of beginners here and skilled fighters to teach and all that stuff. So again, we got Eddie Mentos Jesus Aguiar and Hayes Prime in the ring. And they're both in black and black. They're both barefoot. The best way I can describe the difference between them is Hayes is actually blue gloves, blue shirts, blue shorts, and Eddie's black and black. And they both got black hair. They're both 6'4". They're like, Hayes is like a younger version of Eddie. He's half his age, same height, same tenacity. I like that word tenacity. It shows you intensity. It shows you ability to operate when the pressure's on and stuff like that. You're always going at it. You're always going at it. Oh, nice left by Eddie to the head of Hayes. That's the first really good shot I've seen Hayes took. That might have rung his bell just a little bit. And Hayes is down for the count again. So that's Hayes is down 3 times. Eddie is prancing in the park. Eddie's prancing in the park. All right. We got 30 seconds to go on around. I expect Eddie maybe to wear Hayes down for this last 30 seconds. He typically does that towards the end of a round of a fight. And, you know, he's certainly in a position to do it, you know. So the last thing you want to do is leave the guy with a memory of you, you know. Tattoo him visually on his cerebellum, you know, on his cerebellum. All right. Eddie with that wild kick out of nowhere. A passing kick, might add. Almost a roundhouse kick, kind of awkward roundhouse kick, but they're tight now. Eddie's got a knee to his chest of Hayes. So Eddie, for the first time, is getting inside on Hayes. He's grabbing him. He's more, you know, wrestling than boxing. So ended around. So Eddie's got 6 rounds here now. And boy, you know, one of these rounds is winning. I can see that. You know, he went up against Mike first. That's Mike's not nothing to sneeze at. So I see Yanzi Barrios coming in. Key West local. I think he spent some time down in El Salvador and his wife. 148 pounds, 5'7", 16 years old, righty. And again, he's fighting Samuel. And Samuel is the past 2010, 2011 Ukrainian national champion in his weight class. So you're going to get here now a kid 16, and Samuel is about 139, 140, 5'6". Yanzi Barrios, yeah. 5'6", but Samuel again is 36, 37 years old, if I had to guess. Twice the age of Yanzi's again. So what an opportunity for Yanzi's. And Yanzi's fierce. He's got a look in his eye. He's extremely calculated. All he's got is his eyes focused on his competitor's eyes. Everything else happens for him. I don't want to say naturally, but he's a very measured fighter from his calculated. Now, Samuel will go off on you. He's a world-class boxer, you know. So Samuel starts jabbing and all of that stuff. You're in a flurry. You're automatically in a defensive mode. Nice right by Yanzi for a young kid. I like that. All right. There you go. See, I see a little uppercut. Yeah, from Yanzi. These guys are actually pretty evenly matched. I would just give the experience to Samuel without a doubt. But, you know, that was years ago when Samuel was a world champion. He could have been a couch potato for the last 5 years. You never know, but I doubt it. But so they're going toe-to-toe, and they're walking around the ring nice. I don't want to say any of them own the center of the ring. They kind of give and take. You know, they're outside fighters in the ring. They're more line going around the ropes than they are centered in the center of the ring.